So the Steam Machine and the Steam Frame got announced recently, and I know I'm a bit late on the bargain, but I've been trying to get ready to make these videos. And I am super excited for it. I actually really want a PC in my living rooms. The Steam Machine just makes perfect sense for me. And I've been dying for the Decode, or now the Steam Frame, for as long as it's been rumored. I kind of always wanted an Index, but couldn't afford one. And it kind of sucks. It's a nice looking device. I'm personally very excited for both these devices, and I know there's a lot of speculation online about the prices. I've seen Linus Tech Tips just post a video that's saying he thinks it's about £699 dollars. I think the Steam Deck, the Steam Machine, will be around $600 to $800 American wise. UK wise, I think it's going to be about 500 to 700. Normally, when it comes to US dollars in the UK, you need to like overestimate, but I feel like with Steam, you need to underestimate. At least that's how it felt like with the Steam Deck. It felt like the American number was higher than the British number we got when I bought my Steam Deck, which I am still very happy with. And yeah, I love SteamOS. It's going to be great for most people. I think that if you're on the edge of getting a console and you don't have a PC, it's a no-brainer. If you do have a PC, it's a really do you need it? I mean, I don't really need it, but it's something that I don't want to have bring people to my office to play games with. Like right now, I use the Steam Deck in the living room so that if I decide to get four people around, I can play couch co-op games together, and it's a great idea, and I love it, and it's fun. It's one of those things that it just needs an upgrade. Honestly, it just needs to be a bit more powerful than the Steam Deck is, and I do love my Steam Deck. It's great for when I need a portable PC doing whatever the hell I need it to do. Um, the only request I have from Valve is because they've not really mentioned this, but I assume that they're going to be adding a controller with the Steam Machine, which would make sense because it's a console. As much as they're saying it's a PC, it's a console, and that's how most people are going to see it. I know they see it as a PC, as Linus and a few other people have said on the interwebs. But no, I personally see it as a console, and I would honestly love a four controller pack. I don't know what that would be, but I am intending for it to be a couch co-op PC that I can also use as an entertainment system because I have a crappy flat panel. I don't have a smart TV. I don't have a well, I do have a Chromecast, but I don't like using the Chromecast. I like using a PC to do all my entertainment stuff. Um, Again, that's what the Steam Deck is currently doing itself, and I generally want something that will be more powerful to replace it. That's literally all it is to me. But that being said, I do want my Steam Deck to still be my Steam Deck so I can take it out with me when I'm away. There is one other request I've not seen anyone say, and it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love Valve to make it so that the Steam Deck can be a controller for the Steam Machine as like a fifth playable character. Now, the reason for this is we had a Wii U, probably one of like 7 people that had a Wii U. And the few games that used the Wii pad well did it very well. Zombie U was great. And there was like a Mario Land, whatever it was called, the Nintendo Land. Um, and I generally think that'd be really cool to be able to do something like what the Steam Deck does. Now I know that the Steam, sorry, the Steam, the Wii does. Now I know that the Steam machine will be able to use a Steam Link to remote in from the Steam Deck to be able to play games that way anyway. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm more talking about a remote play feature that also just lets you use it as a controller itself, where then games could have the option to use the second screen. Now, there is a thing about how engines will treat that because Unreal doesn't support multiple monitors, Unity doesn't support multiple monitors, at least when I was using it. I don't know about now. I have no idea about Godot because I don't know enough about Godot because I'm primarily an Unreal game engine developer. Um, and it's a side of the it's an issue on the side of the development engines that there isn't like a multi-screen support. I was hoping that would be a thing back when the 360 came out as a kid, that they'd start making these sort of things. Like I knew it wasn't going to happen on the 360, but like the Xbox One X, whatever it was called, like why can't you plug in 2 monitors and then do 2 things, even just 1080p's, right? Why can't I plug in 2 1080p monitors into my Xbox One X and play split screen games on 2 screens? Why was this never a thing that was even considered by the industry? Um, But to whatever. If I ever get to the point of making my own game engine, I will probably see if that's possible. This is just me having a rant about the Steam machines, Steam Frame. I'm super excited. The controller even looks really good. Although, as someone with much bigger hands than most people, the even the Quest 3 controllers are a bit too small sometimes. Um, I worry about grip and the feel of it. I'm always pushing the back buttons on my Steam Deck, regardless of if they do anything. So unless the game actually needs to do something, I normally unequip them. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited for the Steam Frame. I generally will probably buy one instantly if I can. Like we've got the Quest 3, barely use the Quest 3, and that is purely from a fatigue of VR and needing to set it up every time because I always play PC VR. So every time I connect it to every time I log into the PC, I need to go into the Quest, wait for all that to load, wait for it to read my controllers because I have a weird issue with the controllers, even though I've just put a battery in, will be marked as dead. So then I need to get into my user, and once I'm in my user, then the controller will wake up. And the pinch doesn't work during that scene either, so I have to press the goddamn button to use the manual control of the headset. Then I need to get into Steam Link, which is actually probably the easiest part, and then I'm on my PC. But it's such a pain in the ass. Or I could use the cable, which again would still require me to go into my user on my Quest 3, which is a pain in the ass. And it's just, yeah, it's just a pain. Um, so I'm super excited for that. Just hope it works from like the get go. The way that Steam OS is going, the software from the machine Steam Deck has been basically perfect. It's a little slow, especially with my internet, which is a bit weird considering I've got fiber. Um, but using it on the Steam Deck, using it on big picture mode, which is basically the same thing, has been okay. I don't need to because it's PC, but I have enjoyed it, and I know it's going to be good for the frame because I can just see it working well. Thank you for enjoying these rants, enduring this rant with me. If it was any good, please leave a like, subscribe, all that beautiful YouTubey stuff, and comment. Let me know what you think. What's going on? Oh, I didn't give a price, did I? I did give a price actually. I think the Steam machine will be between 600 and 800. I'm leaning more on towards the heavier side of that. That'd be 750 in my eyes. Um, UK prices, I imagine it'd be 650 at the cheapest. And now that's like my frame. Like I'm lowering my frame because I think like Valve would take a little bit of a hit to get more Steam people in. But I'm not seeing it any cheaper than that. I generally think it's more likely to be more expensive, but I have a little bit of hope to be a bit cheaper because I don't want to spend a lot of money. um, but yeah, they also want to mention the price of the Steam controllers, which I reckon are going to be about £100. I want them to be 50, but they're probably going to be £100. So I'm probably going to be spending £400 on controllers for the living room, which is fun, but I want it, and I want to make it cohesive and make it fun. But I do have these, and they are great, but they are not the answer to the majority of the problems. I find them fine, but most people don't. And I also have PlayStation 4 controllers, which I should plug in, which I haven't done. Should do that. Anywho, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.